Kurapika Kurta during Yorknew City. He had to undergo training, right, to get his nen right. He learned about nen from a guy. I forgot his name. But this dude taught him nen how to see, nen and everything else with Gyo and the ren and Hatsu and all those, ten and ren Hatsu, um, and all those, prerequisites for mastering nen. He found out he was a conjurer. However, when he the Kurta eyes unlock and he, the scarlet eyes are on, he becomes like specialist. So he can put conditions on his chains. He had a healing chain. He had a chain that restricts spiders' movements. They can't use their nen abilities, under this, spell. And then if you tell a lie, you die, that type of thing. And he was able to, defeat Uvogin of the Phantom Troop, who was actually one of the more powerful members. You know, he was there like physically, he was physically the strongest one. Um, but Avem was able to also bind Carla Lucifer, catch him and, put him in chains and shit too. Put conditions on him, saying, if you fuck with my friends, you'll die and other stuff. You get your uh, you'll have to get a nen exorcist to get your nen back because I'm taking your nen away for a while. And he had no nen at that point. I'm talking about Crola Lucifer, the one that's like the most powerful of the Phantom Troop members. He did all that shit in Yorknew City. He was actually a bodyguard for one of the, dons or one of the rich people. He had to watch over the guy's daughter, and then he was like, "I'm there to get my family's eyeballs, the Kurta clan eyeballs that were being sold at the auction. We need to get these things from me. I'm protecting your daughter. At least you can, help me out too." And he's like, "We'll get them for you." You know, he ended up, getting them eventually, but there's still some missing. And then, me, and me being the Green Angel, I wanted to know about, the manga because I understand that in, the Cockade Empire and other things, there's some eyes. But I have not read the manga or anything yet. But I'm gonna get into it though, because it seems interesting to me. Kurapika, that side of things kind of seems similar to like Sasuke and other things. So I'm like, I'm interested personally. But, during Yorknew City, his strength's at 90%. 91 for his speed and a 90 for his durability, 90 for his endurance, and 91 for his intelligence, with an 89 for his experience and an 88 for his close skills, 94 for his range skills, and a 90 for his recoup, 90 for his hacks, and an overall power score of a 90.3 for Kurapika Kurta during Yorknew City. Be cool, call in the corner.